Okay, I'm procrastinating on cleaning, but only because like as soon as like okay, so after I made the first video or the video before this, and then I ate a little pizza, drank a little Pepsi, and then I watched a video, and I told myself after that video's over, then I'll start cleaning, blah 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 blah, like just kind of as a prep thingy, like um and unfortunately or not unfortunately, but I just started thinking, and then I don't know why I went to this, but like I kind of want it like documented. I want it in video format just so everybody, so I could reference it for later. But I fucking hate American. I'm like, no, it's not even American. It's not even American. I'll be honest. It's that kind of clinginess to like monolingualism, which is prevalent in America. I wouldn't say it's like I don't know, like it's hard to say because I have a unique experience, I have a unique mindset or whatever, but I think the thing that I'm like encountering in school where the teacher's not fucking speaking Japanese and people are like don't speak Japanese is because people are fucking racist. I mean, I'm racist too. Like, I'll say some racist stuff, but like, just put it on the table, Like, there's all this like backhanded shit and this like clutching the pearls, like, oh my god. It's just like, if we could talk about it, then it makes it less taboo, doesn't it? We can have discussions and whatnot. And I mean, hell, it could be in English or whatever, but like, it's the fact that we're not talking about this stuff. And, personally, like, for me, we don't even have to get up all into that shit as long as we were talking like the actual language, like, because I'm still like kind of PO'd about like the fact that the Japanese teacher doesn't talk to us in Japanese. Like, it's mostly because I don't know the reason. It's mostly like if it's like some sort of policy of like, I don't know, if they're just trying to like very carefully like proceed in a way that doesn't violate any, I don't know, school rules or something like that, like, I don't know, something stupid like that, then fair enough. But if this is purely based off of the fact that the teacher doubts our comprehension and our ability to learn said language, that's kind of fucked up. Like, that's fucking racist then. Like, you're basically saying I'm too stupid to know what you're saying. Or that's how I'm perceiving it at this point. Because I'm like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't get where... And see, that's the thing, too, is, like, I have to... Like, I was telling, David, about, I teach English and sometimes Japanese, but more times English, on the website Superprof. And so, like, usually when people approach me for that, you get the first lesson for free. And that's usually a consultation thing. It's like, okay, what are your goals? Like, what do you want to do in English? Like, what's your goal in English? And it's quite simple. Like, if they have no idea, then, like, I just kind of mull over some, like, possible, potentialities, like, okay, well, like, do you want to, like, are you trying to get a job? Are you trying to pass the TOEIC, TOEFL? Are you trying to talk to somebody? Are you like, or is it writing? Like, do you need help with writing? Is it listening? Like, like what's your weak point? What's your strength? And what do you want to do about it? And usually, though, this is where it's a little different. It's like, well, you could easily take advantage of somebody and be like, oh, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, so I could pretend like I could show them the answer within like 10 to 20 lessons or some shit, and like they'll just waste their money, and I will teach them kind of basic standard English, and they will get the illusion that I'm helping them, but not actually be served in any sort of way because I'm basically just doing it to get a paycheck. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. The first appointment, the first meeting is very important to me. I don't charge for it or anything like that, but I give them handouts to like because I'm not officially a teacher, so like if they do want to pursue like the TOEFL or TOEIC or something like that, I give them resources for that, like just kind of point them in the right direction. Also like other resources, like I basically just give them a lot of resources, but we kind of go over like a questionnaire sheet of like, you know, determining what's their goal or whatever like that. And if they have like a pretty good goal that I could like feasibly see myself helping them with, then we proceed. And then we make like a weekly plan, or however, like, you know, whatever their budget is, whatever their desire is, then we go according to that. Where am I going with this? Well, okay. We went to what I do. Okay, so just consider all that as my background, right? Like, I'm trying to wrap it up or not wrap it up, but kind of have it come back towards the whole entire, like, America sucks or whatever. But I, like, you know, like, that's a unique experience, let's just say, and, but, like, I hate this idea of that, I think it's weird to be, how should I put it? Like, I think it's weird to be racist around language or something like I don't know. Like, I mean, like, but I can't control how other people think, so like I don't know. I'm sure there's other people who feel the same way that I do, but like I can't understand or I don't know where the others, like I don't know where the opposition is coming from, like, and I don't really have any desire to understand where that's coming from either. Like that just screams xenophobia to me. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. I don't like it, you know. Like, I think there's nothing wrong with speaking another, like, even if it's a language I don't understand. That's a point of intrigue for me. Like, I don't get fearful when I hear another language. Like, even if I don't understand, I'm just like, okay, basically, like, my feeling is, oh, I get to be in the presence of not another world, but like I'm making space, like, no, it's not even because like that makes it sound, it's very presumptuous, like, oh, like I'm allowing them to speak. No, they're speaking. I just happen to be there. I think that, you know what? I think that's, oh, you know, maybe it comes from that. This kind of entitlement to space and area. I didn't even think of it like, I really don't think of it in like those terms. I mean, that is important, but I mean, like, when you're out and about, like in public, like, God, where do Karens get the audacity? Like, uh, I finally figured it out just now, but that's like baffling my mind. I'm like, okay, so people just go around trying to police each other over talking? Like, see, this is the whole thing. Like, okay, I was like, you know, like um, I'm not anti-China, but I mean, if we went to, like, if Taiwan went to war with China, I would assume we should align with Taiwan. Like 100%, we need to, because they have free press. I'm very much like, I'm 100% of like everybody has the right to speak. Like, that is a right. We are allowed to express ourselves. We should be allowed to express ourselves. We should be allowed to present our idea. Like, you know, like, if we become a state, like if the government becomes such as that everything is censored and everything like that, like, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, like, not with idea, like, I mean, like, obviously, like, some things, like, if it's more, well, for example, like, if something's not appropriate for children or something like that, like, in that sense. But if it's ideologies and things like, okay, basically, adults should not censor for other adults. If that is the case, then it's become ridiculous. Of course, you have to protect the the sensibilities of children. Like, because I'm just saying, like, censorship in totality in every case scenario. I mean, obviously, I'm not talking about those case scenarios, but I'm including it because just like censorship in general, you know. Yeah, no, when it becomes like the whole thing of like only one opinion is allowed to be prevalent, that's kind of fucked up. Like, okay, and I always use this as an example too. Like, you know, with the Democrats and the Republic, like I'm not really political anymore, and to be honest, in the world, on the world scale, our stupid little party system is kind of like irrelevant to actually the inner workings of actual government and society. You know, like it's kind of it's not even a thing, really. Like, I mean, these are the technicalities in which people get stuck on and never really get away, because like they all work with, like, that's the thing is they're all politicians, they're all in the same fucking field, they all work together. I mean, some of them are not working together, but they are in connection with each other, if that makes any sort of sense. It's like how all painters, like, okay, like, or not all the time, but okay, let's just say you're an artist, right? You're going to be aware of other artists. You're going to be in the same field as other artists, and you're going to know other people's work. You're going to not like other people's work, but maybe you're going to be in the same gallery as some fucking person, and are you going to start some shit with that one just because you don't like it? Probably not. You know, like, it's that kind of same thing that I'm trying to say. It's like all the politicians, they're in the same field, so they're not, like, you know, for us laymen, it becomes more of like some sort of weird sports thing, or like, you know, banners and stuff, like, you know, it becomes stupid. But they're playing a whole different game than what we're spectating. Anyway, but okay, so where was I going with this? Anyway, like, so any sort of like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not really political. I'm not really into all that kind of stuff. But but the thing that I am really into is like free speech. You know, like, people should be able to say their piece. Like, I don't like the idea of anyone not feeling safe enough to discuss their beliefs because they well, you could say prosecution or something like that, but like, I mean, like, obviously there's like some outlier to this, like, you know, like, you know, the fanatical people who are overzealous or something like that, like, and if they're doing more than just expressing their right to free speech, if it's inciting some sort of civil unrest or something like that, or like, you know, if there are heavier consequences to those things, like things that, like, what should I say? Discussion should bring on more discussion, and like, okay, like, okay. I'm remembering this TV show. I don't know what it's called because it's like way back in the day. But they used to have like high schoolers from like different parts of the world, and they would all come together to discuss it. Like, it's like this old TV show. It's like back in the 50s or something like that. But they would have kids come from all over and discuss things and whatnot. Like, that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, we should support more things of that nature where people, you know, can talk about things in that way, and give rise to new perspectives and stuff like that, you know, or at least just know the opinions of other people in a safe forum of some sort. But I mean, and like all the kids, like they all come from like really good families. They're all really polite, well spoken. The people from other countries can talk English relatively well, which is kind of a marvel in itself, because these are high schoolers, you know, and they are able to debate at like a pretty high level. So like, I don't even, like, you know, back in the day it was just like, or well, even nowadays, you know, like everyone's just like, well, English is the norm, everybody knows English. Not the case, not everybody. Like, I mean, yeah, like some people are familiar with English, but not a lot of people are like fluent in English or can say like everything that they want in using English. Like even if they technically know English, maybe they can't um speak at that high of level. Like, you know, I'm just trying to like get get to the point of these kids are really well studied and articulate and smart. Like they're just the cream of the crop really from all over. um but anyway, but yeah, no, basically. And I mean, this might be like overly ideal. I can understand that perspective, like my desire for freedom of speech and and more openness to, I guess it's other cultures, but it's like, but I really, like in my brain, I really categorize it under like freedom of speech, like speech in general, like just talking any language. I mean, like, of course, there's a culture and a identity attached to whatever language, but I mean, like, but think about it. Like, I mean, me speaking English, you're not like, well, I guess you probably, like, based off of my accent, based off of everything, yeah, you probably are, like, gonna be like, well, she's American, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, what if I was, like, a Spanish girl and I talk like this? I was just able to master English, like, and have no fucking accent when I speak English, but, like, I'm fluent in Spanish or some fucking shit, you know? Like, you know, like, then it's like, well, okay, um, you know, so what, I'm just passing, you know, and that's a whole thing too. I mean, yeah, I guess, like, wouldn't that freak somebody out more? Like, because I'm just thinking about the Karens who are like freaking out over somebody talking another language. I think it would like trip me out more to be like seeing somebody like go full, like whatever their mother language is, and then like talking like really good like American English. like that transition would be more not jarring, but like but that would cause me to pay attention. More so than just somebody talking in another language. I don't think I would like not that I wouldn't pay attention. It would be interesting. My ear would pop, but like, you know, like, okay, let's say if it was like, I don't know, Zimbabwean or something, like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking, but like I would be like, oh, look at they're talking, you know, that's cool. You know, and then like they switch and they sound like perfectly American. That's what I'd be like, what? You know, like not even like an accent or anything like that. Like that's crazy. Um, but like I think, huh? But that's not coming from a place of where I feel the need to attribute some sort of identity to the person. It's more me marveling at their skill. Like that's the thing too. Like I don't, and I guess that's where people are coming from, is that they have such a desire and need to identify or have people be in a certain box that is acceptable to them, and that they can't express themselves outside of it because it's deemed like inappropriate in some sort of way, even if it is something that it is a thing that resides within the person. Like, okay, let's just say that, okay, okay, the Zimbabwean guy. Okay, he speaks Zimbabwean. I don't. That's probably not even a language. I'm so sorry. Okay, he speaks Zimbabwean. He could also speak like perfect English and like an American accent and everything like that. Let's say like, okay, he's learning French on top of everything. He's learning French or some shit. Like, okay, like imagine him trying to practice his French and then people are like just kind of shitting on him. It's like, why is this guy, like, why is this black, or I don't know, like whatever, this guy is talking French, why you're not French or something, like, you know, isn't that horrible? Wouldn't that be, well, okay, I'm gonna put this out here. French are notoriously hard on people trying to speak French, so like culturally that's kind of accurate. But like, but let's say it's not even like French people kind of like dogging on him. It's like other people. Maybe it's like the other Zimbabwean people, or maybe it's American people. Like, I don't know. Like, some people are giving this. We're gonna call him Frank. Okay, so Frank is no Zimbabwean. He could speak perfect American English. Now he wants to learn French. But people are shitting on him because he wants to learn French. Why are they shitting on him for wanting to learn French? Why are they? Why are they? Is it because they can't speak French? Is it because he sucks at French? Like I don't even know what his language ability is in this scenario. But like we're putting him as learner, so let's just assume maybe he's like A1, A2, possibly B1 in the European Standard Language Indicator, whatever thing. Okay, so he can kind of French. Maybe he's not as good as American. Definitely not as good as he is with the Zimbabwean. But he could kind of speak French. Why are people giving him shit about speaking French, though? And that doesn't even... Like, see, that's the thing. Is that shit don't even make sense when you know that, like, all on the west coast of Africa, people... Like, where the fuck's Zimbabwe? I don't know, but like if you think about it, like fuck, the whole world's a melting pot, and eventually some people are gonna talk some other languages, and it doesn't even fucking matter. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I only notice like when people have skill and people don't have skill. I don't try to put them in like whatever boxes. It's not like, oh well, you're this person, so you shouldn't do it. It's more like, oh, you could do that. Well, maybe like that's just where I'm coming from. I'm just like. And if I think of back with Frank and whatever, okay, so Frank isn't good at French. Well, I don't know. Like, we don't see in this scenario. I still don't know like what level he is, but like it shouldn't matter anyway. Because like if he's like wanting to learn, that should be encouraged. Oh God. Well, this is kind of a confusing scenario, but basically, I'm trying to find something similar to like what I'm going through, but it's quite different, and but it is this kind of, it's a really weird and really awkward sort of xenophobia around language that I feel like, I know it's not just America that does this, but because I'm American, I'm very aware of this certain type of xenophobia or something like that. And I just don't understand it whatsoever. Like, I don't get it. Because I've been around a lot of, like, bilingual people, and I don't know. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head, because, like, I feel like I can't even just sit with this because I don't know how to, like, even though I've explained everything, and I even, like, came to find out, like, maybe, I wouldn't say the reason, but what some of the realities are in these situations, but, like, I still can't, like, it still, I'm still dumbfounded. I don't really know what the hell, like, why? I don't get it. I mean, okay. Like, for example, I don't really know German. I know a few things in German. I know how to say, like, wie geht es Ihnen? Tschüss. Das ist das letzte Mal. Like, well, just like random ass things. I have no real understanding. Now, of course, if I presented myself like that, and how should I put this? Like, okay, there's like case scenarios where people like they basically lie about like how much they know of a language or a culture or something like that. And I would say, like, under those circumstances, yes, that should probably get some sort of, like, if you get a negative reaction from that, I think that's definitely called for. Like, like, I mean, if you're like, oh yeah, I'm like so awesome in Japanese or blah 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 blah, and like, and you could barely form a sentence, then yeah, sit down. Like, just sit down. Like, you have to approach it with a certain amount of humility. Yeah, I think a certain amount of humility handling different languages and cultures is necessary. But at the same time, though, it's like, I don't know. I really don't know how to wrap this video up, because it's like I feel like I've opened a huge can of worms about, like, language, freedom of speech, and xenophobia. And I don't really know how to, I wouldn't even say reconcile, but just how to summarize that, or not even summarize that, but like, I don't know what the takeaway is. It's just like, that's reality. That's true. Like, that just happens to be. And I hate that that is the takeaway from it, is that, well, people be people, yo. Some people be crap. Some people be good. And, just gotta roll with the punches and just try to stick with the good ones or something. I don't know. But yeah, what should I say? Butter's my biscuit. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But, just, yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. I just wish, well, okay, I guess this is kind of more of a, like, I guess this is how I'm gonna summarize this video or end it. You know, one of my desires, like, when I was younger, was to become a polyglot. I wanted to speak several languages. And, you know, and I feel like, though, many people see that as, like, a threat, or can't relate, and at the very least, don't even respect. Like, I think that's the worst one. Like, I think, you know, even if you don't share that goal, you shouldn't disrespect somebody who is pursuing something like that, you know? And, I mean, unfortunately, I do feel like it's partially because I am a woman, partially because I'm not domestic, partially because I'm poor. I don't know, like, I actually don't know, but, like, I do think being a woman does affect that quite a bit, but the other ones, I'm not actually so sure. Like, I don't think that really affects, I mean, it does affect your ability to access resources. Like, if you don't have money to access the right resources, then yeah, that's going to be really hard, but I don't think anybody's judging that. That's just a reality that you have to live with. But, like, I do think I'm judged quite a bit, like, for being a woman trying to pursue those things. I do think that, unfortunately, people don't view me favorably. Because, like, if you think about, like, famous polyglots and stuff like that, most of them are men. You know, like, Stephen Kaufman, Shalma, Ryan, or whatever, Wrong. I don't know his actual last name, but, you know, all these, like, polyglots. I mean, yeah, you do get some girls like, the Oriental Pearl and, Rachel and June and stuff like that. Well, they're not really, like, well, the Oriental Pearl, she knows Chinese and Japanese, and she's learned Korean, so, like, I would yeah, no, that's the bare minimum of being a polyglot. And then she knows English, so she knows 4 languages, so, at the minimum. So, yeah, she's definitely a polyglot. But she's married to a Japanese, like, you know, she's married to a Japanese. I'm not married to any, I haven't been married at all. But you can see where it's like, well, you're not a settled like, you're not a stable person. You're not, like, you don't have a job, you don't have this, and you don't have, like, a cat and a dog, and you don't have a kid, you're not married, you know, like, there's just so many things not going for me. Whereas I don't think, like, people respect me because I don't. And that's just a weird thing, too, because it shouldn't even matter about those things, especially when you're just talking about, like, language abilities. Like, why would you being married or why would you living somewhere indicate your level of the language? Like, that shouldn't be an indicator. Or that shouldn't, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's kind of racist. Or it's not even racist. No, it's not racist. It's, genderist. It's genderist. But it's just like, yeah. So I mean, like, I'm sure, like, some people are gonna be like, well, just fuck those people and just do what you want. Just learn the languages. Just do all the things that you want to do. And never mind everybody. I do. I try to. I try to so much. But it's so isolating. Like, surprisingly, learning many languages makes you more alone. Because you will understand things of another culture but not be part of that culture. You will understand way more than you will be understood. You know? The capacity for empathy and growth is vast. But on top of that, you also have to saddle the burden of, like, judgment from others. And I guess, like, I have to say, even though I don't think it's to the same degree as I would experience, I'm pretty sure the other polyglots who are, like, of the male persuasion, I'm pretty sure they receive maybe something similar to that, but I don't think it's as harsh as it is for a woman to receive. I think it's worse for us women to have to deal with those judgments. Either gender receives these things, but I'm just saying I think it's harsher for a woman. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I guess I need to clean right now, so, like, this is kind of like this deep philosophical question is kind of out of left field right now, so I'm just trying to, like, document it and save it for later. But yeah, anyway, take care, be good, bye-bye.